Well, folks, we have our answer. Justin Fields will not be the Chicago Bears quarterback in 2024. Painting the picture for USC quarterback Caleb Williams very well could be the Chicago Bears quarterback next season, being taken at the #1 overall pick. In case you missed it, we traded Justin Fields to the Steelers this past weekend for a 2025 6th-round pick. That could turn into a 4th. I think all of the reactions were the same. That's it, but there's more to the story why he went to Pittsburgh. That story, that's where Fields wanted to go. In a statement this past Sunday, Fields was traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers for less than what he was offered from other teams, but Poles wanted to do right by Fields by sending him somewhere he wanted to go versus what could have been better for the Chicago Bears. Though people were upset, including myself, of the move, it's time to have our eyes on the future, and that seems to be Caleb Williams. And if we do truly take Williams at #1, we won't be doing much more in this draft, but those 3 other picks that we have, considering we only have 4 at the moment, could be super impactful for the entire future of this franchise. Everyone also might be like, we only have 4 picks. Well, we did have to trade one of them away. Along with that, we traded 2 more away, but for key impact players, such as 6-time Pro Bowler Keenan Allen for a 4th-round pick and a very strong depth piece at offensive line in Ryan Bates as well. So if you consider those part of our draft, they've been very impactful so far. Great for the building of this offense and bringing in a young quarterback. And just so you guys know, today, I am not doing any trade backs in this mock draft, but I probably will over the next couple of weeks. But I am super excited about the future of this franchise, and you should be too. Now, before we begin today's show, if you are still on Ryan Poles' team after he has literally stripped down this team over the last 3 seasons and brought it back with a young, promising roster from the time he's been here, and doing right for Justin Fields on top of that by trading him to somewhere he wanted to go, make sure to hit the like button on this video to show your support, along with comment how you're feeling after a few days with the Justin Fields trade, and if you're excited about the future, or just a bear down in the comment section below. So we don't have a lot of picks right now, but we do have 8 in 2025 and then 7 for the foreseen future. Poles has built this team with a young roster and good cap for years to come, so this could be the team that actually sticks together for more than a couple of years, makes a lot of deep playoff runs, even a couple Super Bowl wins, and this draft below, only with 4 picks, could be the final pieces. So at the #1 pick, obviously I am taking USC quarterback Caleb Williams, the 6'1", 218-pound quarterback, which is confirmed, by the way, according to combine measurements, is a generational type prospect. Unbelievable arm strength, pinpoint accuracy in all sorts of windows, makes plays for himself when they are falling apart, and can rush the ball as well. Overall, everything that you need in today's modern NFL, Williams brings to the table, and he is the top prospect coming out of college at the quarterback position in arguably the last 12 years. He is a 1-time Heisman Trophy winner, 1-time All-American, 2022 Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year. And this past year at USC, if he can bring that to the NFL, the Bears are going to win a lot of games. 3,600 passing yards, a 68.6 completion percentage, 10.3 yards per throw, so a first down every time locked in, 30 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and a 170.1 QBR, along with 142 rushing yards and 11 rushing touchdowns this past year for University of Southern California. I mean, very strong stats, and if you can, again, bring those to the NFL, the Bears are going to have a lot of success. He fills in that quarterback 1 need, the excitement that this city has, especially with how good this roster has become over the last couple of years, and he is the future. If we do not take him at #1 and do trade back, this is something that we should be amped about. What I meant is that if we don't trade back that #1 pick and we stick with him, this is something that we should all be excited about, guys. I know a lot of people are still upset about Fields, including myself, but business is business, and we move forward and we support the Chicago Bears no matter who that quarterback is. And I've said that from the beginning, no matter who quarterback 1 is, I will always support. And finally, also, we have everything that Williams needs to have success in the NFL out of the gate. DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett, DeAndre Swift, Khalil Herbert, Rashawn Johnson, a totally stacked roster, along with an improved offensive line. So I will not be taking a wide receiver at number 9 since I am so limited in this draft and we have the positions of need right now, but I'm excited for what Caleb Williams can bring to this team. At number 9 in the 2024 NFL draft, I am taking edge rusher Dallas Turner out of Alabama. The 6'4", 260-pound edge runs a 4.45 40 time, arguably the fastest first step in football this past year, along with being a great tackler. No offensive line can maintain this guy. He's an absolute nightmare, and his stats show for it. 53 total tackles, 15 tackles for loss, 10 sacks, 1 pass deflection, and 2 forced fumbles this past year for the Tide. This dude is an absolute monster. Could be a fantastic pairing with Montez Sweat for the next 4 years. Sweat's on a 4-year extension. He'd be on a 4-year rookie contract. Overall, the pairing would be great. And also, when Sweat is either retiring or he's getting closer to the end of his career, we will have Turner for a super long time, and he can help mentor the next guy. Proven dual threat and can be a spy in coverage as well. He's super fast and plays like a linebacker, but also gets massive pressure on the quarterback. I would be ecstatic if we got this because that addresses another key area of the need, and this team is almost done. Now, with the Bears' 3rd pick at 75, I think this will complete the roster, and I'm taking Mekhi Wingo, defensive tackle from LSU. 6'1", 284 pounds, runs a 4.85 40 time. That's dang quick for a guy that big. Dude explodes off the line and plays more like an edge with a defensive tackle size. He's actually the same exact height and only 2 pounds different than defensive tackle Aaron Donald. Shout out to the retirement for him. But great vision and strength combo allows him to get past offensive linemen with ease to make plays in the backfield. 8 games, 25 total tackles, 11 solo, 4.5 sacks, and 5 tackles for loss for an interior defensive lineman this past year for LSU. Very impressive. Shows that he is able to use his athletic ability to his advantage, and just a great player overall. He'd be the final part of the 4-man defensive tackle rotation with Andrew Billings, Javon Dexter Sr., and Zach Pickens, and would make that front 7 a nightmare for an opposing line for a very long time. Now, with my final pick, which is actually from the Philadelphia Eagles at 122, I'm going out and getting a depth piece, but it's going to be for the future as well. And that's Jaden Hicks, safety from Washington State. 6'3", 212 pounds, runs a 4.58 40 time. This dude is an absolute beast and hits you with every single ounce of his body, making forced fumbles all the time, along with being a strong ball hawk, and his stats show for it. 79 total tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks. He can play blitz packages as well. 2 interceptions, 1 run for a touchdown, 4 pass deflections, and 1 forced fumble this past year for Washington State. He is a future safety in this NFL, and he has all-pro safety Kevin Byard ahead of him only on a 2-year contract. You give Hicks that 4-year rookie contract when Byard's done with his 2 years. He can take over as the starter, have the experience, also playing with Brisker. And overall, just this kid is super special. Watching him on tape, I would think he'd be great, and kind of reminds me of a 4-inch taller Mike Brown. But this draft is what I think completes the puzzle. And then we can worry about just depth in the future for years to come in next drafts, also in free agency. But this would help make this roster just absolutely go over the top and make deep runs. Again, guys, we doubled our wins this past year. We lost 4 games on final drives this past year. We could have been an 11-win team. This team is right there. I'm excited about the future if Caleb Williams is the quarterback one, which it looks like he is, and I'm excited for him because he's a fantastic athlete. But we'll stay tuned. I'm going to have a lot more mock drafts. There's going to be trade backs. Overall, we're going to have a lot of fun here. But thank you for tuning in this Monday's episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde, and as always, bear down, baby.